Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus for the Game Boy Advance. In the last episode, we beat the main game, we got all 500 crystals, we got the best ending. Assuming there is a best ending. I've made it a huge priority to always get all the crystals in a stage before going on to the next one. And I noticed that when I first started playing the game, there were two other modes. Those were race mode and battle mode. And I hinted that I would give them a shot in the end of the last video. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was expecting to just do one last video where I just showed these two modes off briefly and then said, hey, I'm done playing this game now, thank you, good night. No. Because I have tried both of these modes out before I started this video, and I like what I have seen for both. I'm not kidding. I thought these were just gonna be, you pick a turtle, you either play on your own or you play with friends, and it's just basic multiplayer with like maybe a few locations you could choose from, some rules you could probably just change and whatnot, and it isn't that quite that. It isn't quite that, to be honest. Oh man, I wish I had a coin. I do. It's a penny, but it'll work. Okay. Heads I'm gonna do race, tails I'm gonna do battle. It landed on tails, so I'm doing battle first. And when you start either of the modes, you can either play on your own, or you can play with multiple characters. I believe you can have at least two characters, or two players rather. I don't know if you can do four, though that wouldn't surprise me either way. I'm just going to do single play. And I can pick a turtle. All the turtles play pretty much like they did in the main story. And I could probably have different strengths and weaknesses depending on who I'm playing as. I'm going to pick Mikey. And yeah, as you can see, I tried some stuff out. Usually you just start with level 1. But I played all the way to stage 3. I am going to show these off again. I am going to play these again just to show you how these things work. So the controls are the same as before. However, instead of actually battling enemies or even your friends, you're competing to get crystals. And you always have an arrow telling you where the nearest one is, or where one has shown up at, and you need to just get to it as quickly as possible. You have 30 seconds on the clock to get as many as you can. And if you can get to the qualification, if you can qualify, if you can pick up enough crystals, you'll clear the stage. And of course you don't want to get hit, because that will be bad for you. Now, for this one, the original qualification was 25. I'm going to see if I can pick up 35. I'm going to see if I can beat my own record. Can't believe I'm making it hard on myself like this, but well, here you go. Now, when you start playing in battle mode, you'll always have your weapons. You don't start out with your shuriken at all. So that makes it a little easier to do things as you go through here. And as you progress through these levels, you'll start out by picking up small crystals. Really? You start out by picking up small crystals and then you go on to bigger ones. I can't believe I'm trying this again, but I do want to break my own record. I want to see if I can be a little bit faster. And if I can get a grip on the controls, I can do this. As you do this, you also don't want to get hit by the enemies, because if you do that, it makes things a lot harder, because every time you get hit by enemies, you end up losing 2 crystals, and you have to get them back as quickly as possible. So now that I'm doing pretty darn well for myself, come on! That's not what I want. No! Leave me alone! There's no way I'm gonna beat this now. Thanks, random enemy that I can't completely kill. So as I was saying, I forgot what I was even saying. Basically, as long as you can get a grip on the controls, know what you're doing, and just concentrate on what you need to do, you should be able to do this. And I was right near you, and you lost complete track of where I was. Why did you do that? You are not a very smart guard. So, yeah, start out with small crystals. Really?! Please be easy to pick up. Thank you. And yeah, if you reach the qualification score, which was originally 25, but I made the 35 because I accidentally saved the progress that I made from practicing these things, you succeed and you go on to the next map. If you don't, you have to play this all over again until you do. And now I have a top score. For map 2, I believe the qualifying score was 25 again for that. I got 28. I'm going to show this off again too. And for this one, you're alternating between the 2 levels as you get all of the crystals. Do not hit me. Now, granted, as you do this, you will make things a little hard on yourself just by having these guys run around and just try to hit you a whole lot. If you know what you're doing, you can just have these guys running around in circles for basically no reason. And once you pick up enough of these things, once you get used to just the grind of going up and down and everything, you'll get used to getting a lot of crystals, and you'll make this a lot easier on yourself. Okay, if I master the qualification thing, I will succeed. Cool. Got it. So yeah, as long as you get used to just switching from the lower level to the upper level and doing it as quickly as possible, you'll be able to get a lot of crystals and give yourself a record to really shoot for in map 2. So, yeah, that's the thing. Also, I'm now beginning to think that the qualifying scores were maybe 15 and 15 for each one and not 25 like I thought they were. But anyway, we do have a third map. We are going to have to get at least 15 crystals and keep them in our possession in order to get through here. I have never played map 3, so I don't know what's going to happen here. Oh dear, it's this. Oh dear, it's this. However, oh, I don't want to get zapped by that. Okay. At least I can do this as a bit of a shortcut, and I can make things a little easier on myself. Ow! Ow! Go away! And that's what I get for hanging around these guys too much. Sometimes you may have to beat these guys up like I'm doing right here. Okay, grab the thing. Thank you. Now leave me alone. And, yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to grab that in time. But at least I got the 15 qualifying crystals. At least I got 15 crystals to qualify for map 4. So, since I've been stuttering over my words this whole time, I'm going to reiterate. You enter a map after picking your turtle. You run around, you pick up crystals, you fight the enemies only if you really have to. You try not to get hit by any enemies or by any of the hazards that are in the map. And you have to have a certain amount of crystals by the time the 30 seconds on the timer in the top center of the screen are up. So, we are now at map 4. I have not played this again. I've only played the first 2, hence why I had like super high qualifying scores for those. And the qualifying score for this one is 20. So, let's go ahead and do map 4. Again, I want to think that the qualifying scores are for the first 2 maps are 15 and 15 or 10 and 10. But either way, you should be able to easily qualify for those on your first time. And now, this area. And if this guy could stop grabbing me, if this guy would stop shooting me, that'd be great. And I need to get used to the angles on this again. Because once again, we have the bumpers. And if you would stop grabbing me, that'd be great. If you would stop hitting me, that'd be great. If you would stop grabbing me at all times, that would be great. This is probably a good one to do with Mikey. Just because you can float in the air and make it a little easier to get another crystal on the way down, especially if it's a big crystal that you're trying to pick up. So, yeah, in case you're not used to the bumpers, if you jump on the very center, you'll go straight up. But if you jump like anywhere left or right of center, you'll get knocked in the direction based on what side you are on. So if you jump on the left side of it, you'll get bounced left. And if you jump on the right side of it, you'll be bounced right. Just like in the main game. And you can kind of use that to your advantage to get some crystals. Map 5. Qualifying score 20. Let's go. Oh dear. I am not liking this. But hey. This is so hard. Well, not really, just a bit of a pain because I've never played this. And I'm gonna have to really... Okay. You know what? You're becoming a pain. If I can get my hand on a big crystal, this would make things a little more sane. Okay, things are a little more sane now. I need you to run. I need you to run. Oh my lord. Well, at least I can grab those. I was waiting for him to walk away from the edge. And then I could just get that last crystal just to give myself that little safety cushion. And that didn't quite work. But I still managed to recover right well at the end. And I was able to get out of there with 22. Map 6 requires us to get 25. I have no idea what to get. Ooh, okay, we're going to have fun here. It's bouncy time. If I can remember to keep pressing A upon impact, I can make this a little easier on myself. Yeah, just like in the main game, there are things that you should know regarding these little jumping plates. Every time you land, you want to press A right at the point that you land. That always gives you the highest bounce. That is also true with the bumpers as well. And if you can get used to the timing, you can get a lot of crystals here. Like right here, I got 46. I wasn't even trying to get that many. It's like the ball form in Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves, which I am recording at the time that I am recording this. And it's like, it's like Murray's ball form. You have the press to jump button as soon as you make impact with the ground in order to maintain a high bounce. Same can be said for those jumping, for those little jumping plates on the floor there. You have to jump a couple times. You have to press A a couple times upon making impact with the ground in order to keep on jumping, but also to increase your height. You can increase your height up to 2 times. And when your turtle has their arms to the side, straight down, you know that they are at the maximum height. Once you're at the maximum height, the sky's the limit, and you can kind of get crystals as long as you know what you're doing and you know when to do the super high jumps and when not to use the super high jumps, especially when you have to switch between one side of the room to the other. So yeah, spent probably more time than I needed to explain all that, but I did. And I am getting close to the 20-minute limit, so I'm going to give map 7 a try. Qualifying score 20, and let's see what's going on here. Ooh. Well, before we do anything, oh dear. Oh, this is a toughie. At least the arrow, the blue arrow, always gives you a good idea of where to go to get your thing. And that was close. I thought I was going to bite the bullet there. And I thought that breaking the blocks ahead of time would give me a head start. Not really, because as you can see, yeah, that one that I broke earlier. It basically just respawned right there. And that drove me nuts. Also, there's a bit of the pattern, sort of, with the blocks. And this guy has to be right in the center of the room to attack you. But at least I got 26, which is more than 20. So there's that. I'm expecting a real challenge as I'm doing this, but, well, not exactly. The only challenge that comes is when you play the maps and you qualify on those, and then you have to beat them again, because you actually make it a little harder because you make the qualifying thing harder. In other words, you have to grab more crystals in order to succeed the stage. Thankfully, I was able to beat my record for 1 and 2. So that's the thing. Anyway, map 8. Qualifying score 20. And as much as I would like to play it, I have been playing for over 20 minutes now. And I'm going to save that for the next video, because I like what's going on here. This really keeps you on your toes, and it really is good practice for the controls in this game. So, join me next time for when we play through map number 8 and see what there is to do, see how to get the crystals, see what hazards we're going to have, and all that jazz. I'm probably going to treat this like the Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle games and not practice beforehand at all. It'll give me a better reaction. You'll probably get a better reaction out of me. And it'll be fun figuring these things out. I can assure you that it will be. So, stay tuned for that. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!